Alright. This is Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. I tried to play through this once and do a recording, but the camera messed up. So, I'm starting over from the beginning. I love Sherlock Holmes games, and this is the newest one. And the last two, the Crimes and Punishments and Devil's Daughter, were like really good. So, I'm hoping this one is also good. I know this is supposed to be young Sherlock Holmes. So, let's just, let's get in there.
Ginger, that's what you need. A mouthful of the good stuff and you'll see the back of any seasickness.
Thank you for your support, John. Don't suppose you actually brought any ginger?
No, I don't get seasick.
Terrific.
It's better.
Don't worry, Sherry. We've almost arrived at Cordona. I can see land through the porthole.
So much for docking by tea time.
There we go.
The captain seemed more interested in his maids than in his maps.
Oh, is Sherlock grumpy? Cheer up. We're back where we grew up. It's exciting. What's changed? What's the same?
Ugh. I'm starting to question whether the indignity is simply to visit a grave. Even if it is my mother's.
Ah, that's just Mycroft's nonsense, still rattling around in your head. Try to forget what he said. I have.
I believe it was that this is a performative farce, a feeble excuse to avoid responsibilities, and that there was nothing to be gained from it.
You needed to
The
do this.
water effects on his
Enough of the
face are interesting.
self-pity and doubt. So we're a little late. What of it? We'll retire to the hotel and visit her in the morning. It'll be worth it.
Thank you, John.
And if you want to notify the captain's wife of his indiscretions, I will not stand in your way.
Ah, at last. I'm quite ready to get off this cursed boat.
Come on. We'll go together.
Well, the visuals are pretty nice. The video's a little choppy, but I really like the way this game looks. Not the best fountain, but it's alright. Alright.
Hey, Sherry. Come on. Catch up.
Yes, yes.
One second. There we go. Okay. Just making sure. Alright, so click to talk to people. Okay, let's see. I need to get. Interesting. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Not seeing anybody turn off. Oh well. Let's go ahead.
Welcome to Il Palazzo de Lusso, sir.
Go inside.
Welcome to Il Palazzo di Lusso, sir. We just need your signature.
There you are.
Alright.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Yes, we have room 221 prepared for you. I see it was reserved for 2 people. Would you like a second key?
Oh, no, I think we'll stick together.
Very good. Rooms are upstairs, sir. Welcome to Cordona.
Hurry up, Sherlock. I want to see our room. I hope there's a balcony with a view.
So I know this is young Sherlock. I don't think that John Watson is real. I think he's all in Sherlock's head, but I'm not 100%. Dear James, I read your treatise on the binomial theorem with great interest. Although some parts of it still remain unclear for me, I must say that you have done an impressive amount of research. I strongly recommend you publish as soon as possible, for I anticipate a great and wide practical usage of your method as soon as it becomes known. Sincerely yours, Professor Gilbert. Interesting. Alright, that's just about. Try not to miss any of those.
I apologize, sir, but your room is not yet ready. Perhaps in the meantime you would like to relax in the foyer? Tonight the restaurant is offering a complimentary marlin ceviche to all our guests.
Let's check what they have on offer. Hey, Sherry, just our luck.
If seafood's not to your taste, everyone loves Benedict's batch. Our poached eggs with hollandaise sauce.
A medium, John. Haven't we been through this already?
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
Excuse me, sir, but I believe Mr. Galich is conducting a séance at the moment. Perhaps you'd care to have your portrait drawn while you wait?
Why? Pardon me. Why should I sit for a portrait?
Sir, it's art. It doesn't need a why. It is its own justification.
All things require justification, be they objects, systems, or beliefs.
How about art as the lens through which we see the truth of the world?
That's backward. Truth is not subjective and not complicated. It's just the truth. It either is or it isn't. We do not need a lens to see it, just an open mind.
Ha! That seems rather close-minded. Truth, like beauty, is in the eye of the beholder. So tell me, what do you see?
Mediocrity.
Come
Just
now,
told the
Sherry,
guy
what did he
sucks.
do to deserve that? The servant mentioned ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table. I'm starving.
Okay, time to check if John found us a nice table for the evening.
Sherry, I'm over here with my new Ursine companion.
Cordona's even quieter than I remembered. It's going to be a long evening.
Ah, come now, Sherry. What say we amuse ourselves with a little game?
What were you thinking? Oh, promise me it isn't nonsense. After being cooped up on that boat, I am itching for activity.
No. As you can see, someone left a cane on our table. I simply thought you could identify its owner.
So it is nonsense. It'll take me a minute, John, at most.
Well then, you can deliver it to him as well.
Deliver it to him. Then what are the staff here for? Aesthetics?
Stubborn, Sherry, too stubborn. You wanted something to do.
Slapping oneself in the face is also something to do. That doesn't make it worthwhile. But all right. Let me take a look.
Alright, let's see.
The hand grip is a head of a golden Javanese statue, probably stolen from a temple. The dents suggest it has been used as a bludgeon. A crest depicting a bulb of garlic in a meadow, perhaps the Fielding family or Meadows, or Craven, from the Old English name meaning garlic place. cane is made of ebony, it's worn uncared for, and bears the scars of numerous hits. This cane is an expensive and ostentatious weapon. Its owner must be vain, volatile, and of noble English blood.
Take it with you, Sherry. Let's return it to its owner. Alright, I hope you noted down your observations in your casebook. But how are you going to find this nobleman?
The cane itself is not enough. I may have to ask other guests if they saw who was here.
Alright, so... talk to this guy.
Is this familiar to you?
That's a question I can answer.
3 people at the table. Couple. Retired naval officer. Observers weren't sure what happened to the couple, but the Navy officer was seen going out to the front garden for some air. I have to find him.
Well, even with your keen senses, Sherry, I doubt you'll find the cane's owner on your first try.
And would you be confident enough to bet on it, my friend?
Why not? Let's see how good you really are.
Alright. Former Navy officer who went out into the front garden. Alright. Kurd engineer, oh that's not. French physician, Swedish lawyer. He's Scottish, but he's a retired military officer, so...
Can I ask you a question?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
Navy officer Mr. Rhodes was sitting at our table with the young couple. The men talked about yachting, and the lady was fidgeting with the cane. Perhaps she put it aside and her husband forgot to take it when they went to meet the medium. Now I have a perfect excuse to enter the seance
Hey,
room.
Sherry, don't we now have the perfect excuse to visit the seance?
I'm just going to give the cane to its owner. You will not persuade me to take part in this show.
So I'm gonna unpin that. Dark rituals at the graveyard. And so right after I turned the corner and I saw him, the necromancer. He started to nervously look around, but I quickly hid behind a gravestone. Common sense told me to run, but my duty to you, my dear readers, was more important than the risk to my own life. Luckily, the vampire did not notice me and continued his devilish ritual. He raised a woman from her grave and ordered her to kill 2 men who were close by. Then they kissed and made unholy love in her freshly unearthed coffin. It lasted for hours, but when the moon became low in the sky, they turned into bats and flew away. I managed to obtain a few photographs of the victims. Fortunately, they were confiscated by the police. Okay.
This hotel, this island, it's full of thieves. First my cane, now the diamond. Take your hands off me! you even know who I am?